A lengthy prison sentence upheld for a Morrill County man convicted on child pornography possession. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Plat Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Plat Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a former Broadwater man has lost his appeal of the sentences handed down for 5 felony convictions that virtually guarantee he will spend the rest of his life in prison. Last May, 55-year-old Dwayne Owen Jr. was charged with 25 counts of possession of child porn and 1 count each of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, third-degree sexual assault on a juvenile, and intentional child abuse. Following a plea deal, he was sentenced last October to consecutive terms of 15 to 20 years each on the 5 counts of possession of child pornography, which he appealed, claiming it was excessive, and comments by the judge at sentencing raised questions of her impartiality. The Nebraska Court of Appeals disagreed, finding the sentences were within guidelines, and the judge's comments that she wanted Owen Jr. to appear in court remotely for sentencing, and that the material in the case was disturbing and made her want to vomit, did not evidence improper bias or prejudice. Well, the Leeds Scottsbluff Public Library's annual summer reading program kicked off today, and several young bookworms were there well ahead of the 9 a.m. opening to secure a top spot in line. Joey Villarreal, Ellie Mendez, and Julianne Mendez said that they were out there around 7 a.m. to be among the first to get signed up for this year's program. Julianne told KNB News why she and Ellie wanted the early start today.
We just wanted to be here early, and both of us really like to read and stuff, and reading is like one of my hobbies, so I really like reading.
The theme this year is Color Our World, and the first 100 children who registered received a 5-inch stuffed animal, and any child who registered the first day entered to win a art set, Duplo train set, or a Minecraft Lego pirate ship set. Now, if you didn't get a chance to sign up today on opening day, you can still do so throughout the entire 8-week program. There are also lots of activities and events planned for the summer reading program as well. We'll have more news right after this.
Whether you're gardening, searching for the perfect vacation home, or planning your next travel destination, your life is just as unique. Your Raymond James financial advisors, Jody Rosiska and Kevin Figg, get to know you, your passions, and your vision for the future, so you can live your life. That's life well planned.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydroen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least 1 float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
Welcome back. The Nebraska State Patrol now has its 19th superintendent. Brian Waugh, the former police chief for the city of Kearney, was sworn in as colonel on Monday afternoon in a ceremony at the NSP headquarters in Lincoln. After taking the oath, Waugh said under his watch, the NSP will honor the past, live in the present, and reimagine the future.
I'm honored and committed and prepared for this opportunity. The Nebraska State Patrol is a storied organization with professional men and women who are first class, dedicated, and committed and driven to provide the highest level of public safety and professional services for the entire state of Nebraska. I look forward to serving with every member of the Nebraska State Patrol team and am committed to leading by example, striving for the betterment of those we serve.
He reflected on his choice of a new badge number, 100, which he said reminded him of when he was promoted to sergeant on the La Vista police force, and his call sign was District 100, and an important role sergeants play in law enforcement organization. Waugh takes over former Superintendent John Bolduc, who stepped down in May at the mandatory retirement age of 60. Well, Nebraska lawmakers have concluded their first session of the 109th legislature, and yesterday afternoon adjourned sine die. Governor Jim Pillen made closing remarks to the body yesterday, thanking them for their hard work on a biennial budget and a variety of topics. Pillen said to him the headline of the session was positive, lasting impacts that will serve Nebraskans well.
Together, we worked through and passed a balanced, historically conservative budget package that said no when we needed to, that put idle pillowcase money to work, invested in education and property tax relief and the safety of our state.
Pillen noted there are just 7 months before lawmakers return to Lincoln for the 60-day session, and he said there will be new problems to solve along with old ones. He said fixing a tax system that is severely broken is vital, and it can be accomplished by working together. And Nebraska Secretary of State Bob Evnen will be leading a trade and investment mission to Egypt and Israel in the fall. Delegates will have the opportunity to meet with potential strategic partners in sectors such as ag, medical technology, and water conservation in Cairo, Jerusalem, and Tel Aviv. Participants must register by the close of business on August 1st, 2025. The Egypt trip is set for October 26th through November 1st, with the Israel trip scheduled for November 1st through 8th. A brochure, registration form, and mission details are available at the Secretary of State's website.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
I'm Alex Makovica from the Nebraska Soybean Board Studios. Let's take a look at some factors shaping today's commodity trade. To do that, JJ Lobby joins us with Agro Management Systems in Loomis. JJ, starting on the grains, corn and wheat are trading higher, with wheat the leader to the upside. Tell us a little bit more about what the grains are watching today.
Well, it's we're the time of year where weather is the big key, and I think worldwide weather on the wheat looking a little friendly. Corn also, emergence is running behind in a lot of states, particularly in the Ohio Valley, Ohio, Indiana, Southern Illinois. I think the market might be putting a little premium back in for that.
Beans trading about 5 to 6 cents lower here at last check. What's the pressure in that complex today, do you think?
Alex, I think in that eastern belt, like I mentioned, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, they're going to be running up against their prevent plant dates this week for corn. So if they don't get the corn in, they're probably going to shift to beans, and maybe that's a little bit of what's going on there.
Okay, let's flip the script real quick and look at livestock trade today. Futures for live and feeder cattle are up over $1 in most of those contracts, but boy, cash cattle setting records yet again last week. What is that indicating? What do we look for this week, JJ?
Well, it's just more of the same, Alex. Let the good times roll here. That we just simply don't have enough cattle to meet the demand, so to speak. Yeah, we saw the cash jump again last week. What's interesting is the managed money, the funds in the cattle last week actually liquidated some of their long positions. Whether they jump back in here today, which they could be doing, especially in the feeder contracts. Yeah, we just keep seeing new highs just seemingly every week. So protect yourself, but enjoy the ride.
Absolutely. Lots of things to break down later this afternoon in the Channel Final Bell. JJ will join us with agri-management systems there in Loomis. I'm Alex Makovica from the Nebraska Soybean Board Studios here for the Rural Radio Network.
Let's take a look at your community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
At Plat Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Plat Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Plat Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, AGOT Fossil Beds National Monument is celebrating 60 years as a national monument this Saturday in Sioux County. Visitors can join a ranger for a walk to the Fossil Hills for a tour of the historic quarry sites on Carnegie and University Hills and learn how AGOT defined the study of the age of mammals. A ranching and roping demonstration is scheduled on the front lawn and highlighting the skills and techniques used on western Nebraska cattle ranches. A talk by former Nebraska State archaeologist Rob Bozell is scheduled at the Park Visitor Center, And Martin Red Bear plans to provide a demonstration of Ogallala Lakota artwork. Cake and refreshments will also be provided late morning. Admission is free and no reservations are required. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.